Hi, Algebra 1 kids. This is Dr. Callahan with Week2 Friday. Congratulations, you guys made it to the end of the week, and I would get to see all your pretty happy faces on Tuesday because Monday is Martin Luther King's birthday, so that is off on the 18th, but I will see you guys back on the 19th. Keep in mind that Monday is a hybrid day B, and then the following day, Wednesday, will be a hybrid day A. So just make sure you guys know which one you're doing. Go ahead and pause the video and answer the following 3 questions. All right, let's go ahead and create your assignment for Week 2 Friday. So that way we can take attendance with it. So assignment, create. And Monday is when your grades are updated as well. So just keep that in mind. Week 2, Friday, Algebra 1, Semester 2. Today we're going to talk about solving exponential equations. And of course, your instruction, as always, is to go ahead and watch the video for Week 2, Friday. Make sure that the activities you do are equivalent to 45 minutes of instructions. You have to view the assignment to be marked present, but you have to upload the assignment in order for you to actually get the grade for it. And you only have your one link, which is your YouTube channel. And of course, hard copies are available outside of my door in B1. You need to be logging onto the class for first period from 8:30 to 9:15 because that's the time that you are supposed to be doing that. So make sure you guys are doing that on a regular basis. And of course, everything is due at nighttime, or excuse me, by 3:30, the same date that the assignment is due for Friday. All right, let's go and take a look at your assignment for today, your guided notes. With your guided notes, you guys have 3 pages. And I'm going to go ahead and paste it over here for you guys. All right, so here's page 1, page 2, and page 3. Although I have to say page 3 and page 1 look exactly the same. So let's just go ahead and delete that. So then I'm going to save this, save as. And we're going to save it under Browse for Algebra 1. Spring for Week 2, Friday. And I'm going to do this on a PDF so that way you guys can open it at home. All right, let's go ahead and attach this onto your MS Team. All right, and you have it right here. So with that said, let's go ahead and proceed with our lessons for today, guys. All right, so this week is Week 2, Friday. Next week is going to be Week 3, and I'll see you guys on Week 3 Tuesday, which is going to be January 19th. Your finals week is in Week 20, and I know you're like, wait a second, that's like 2 more weeks than last semester, and you're absolutely right. Semester 1, you have 18 weeks. Semester 2, you have 20 weeks, so it's a little bit longer. With that said, let's go ahead and get started with today's stuff. So this is a breakdown of what we're going to be discussing today. And I'm going to have you guys turn over to your equations right over here, okay? We're going to go over 3 different equations and learning how to solve them. So here's the first one. So number 1, go ahead and copy this one down. Okay, so in order for you to solve for this, you need to make sure that you have the same base, which is a 3. Now, is there any way that I can do 3 to something power that will equal a 27? Well, don't you know that 3 times 3 times 3 is equal to 27? And another way of writing that is just 3 to the 3rd power. So I'm going to replace that 27 with 3 to the 3rd power. And now that they both have the same base, I can cross the base out and just bring the exponent down. And just simply solve it. So when I solve for this, I'm going to subtract 2 on both sides. X equals 1. And that is my answer. X equals 1. Happy face. All right, let's give this one a try here. Looking at this, notice that your base is 5. So you want to transform 1 over 125 to something to the 5th power. Now, I know that I can write 5 times 5 times 5, which is going to give me 100 or 125, but it's on the bottom, okay? So that's the same thing as 5 to the 3rd power. But you guys also know that if I bring this up, this is 5 to the 3rd power, but it's a negative, okay? Now, when I look at this, do they have the same base? Yep, they do. They do have the same base. So then what I can do is I can take this base, match it with this base, and just cross it out and bring the exponent down, which is x is equal to -3. And I didn't even have to solve for anything there. That's my answer. All right, now let's take a look at the 3rd one. For the 3rd example, you have 8 and 16. Well, 8 to any power will give you a 16. And I know you're like, oh, squared. Not quite, because 8 times 8 is 64. It's not the same thing as saying 8 times 2, which is 16. They're not the same thing. So instead of using a base of 8, maybe I can use a base of 2. Is 2 to the anything power going to be equal to 8? And is 2 to the anything power going to be equal to 16? Think about that. I know 2 times 2 times 2 is indeed going to be equal to 8. So I can write that as 2 to the 3rd power. So I'm going to replace this 8 as 2 to the 3rd power. Now I also know that 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is going to give me a 16. So I know that's the same thing as saying it's 2 to the 4th power. So let's replace that 16 with 2 to the 4th power. Well, do I have the same base now? I do. So let's take that same base, cancel it, and then we'll bring everything on top here down. So I have 3 times x plus 1 equals 4 times x minus 3. You will have to distribute this. So let's distribute it by multiplying the 3 inside the parenthesis, which gives me a 3x plus 3, which is then equal to 4x minus 12 And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract the 3x on both sides. So that 3x cancel. And I have 3 is equal to 1x minus 12. Bring it right there. And then I'm going to go ahead and add the 12 on everything. So 1x is equal to 15. So there you have it. X is equal to 15. And that is my answer. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and turn over here then. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go over a few more examples with you guys because we're going to be working on this. Let's go ahead and give one of these a try. And normally if you guys are in class, I would just have you guys pick one. But since you guys are not in class, I'll just pick one. Let's go over number 11. So your base here is 5. Is there a way that I could do 5 to something power equals 625? And if you're not sure, grab your calculator because I'm actually not very sure. I know 5 to the third power equals 125. But maybe we should try 5 to the fourth power. Because 5 times 5 times 5, 4 times, is going to give me 625. So I'm going to replace this as a 5 to the fourth power. And looking at this, you have the base of 5 with the base of 5. Cancel it. Bring down your exponent. So 3p equals 4. Divided by 3 on both sides. P equals 4 thirds. And that is your answer. Okay, go ahead and pick another one. Let's maybe try 17 because that looks like a pretty difficult one. Looking at 25, 625, and 5, what do you think your base is going to be? Because they have to be the same number. How about 5? I can write 5 squared, which is a 25, 5 to the fourth, which is 625, and I'll just leave that 5 by itself. So then once I do this, what's going to end up happening is I'm going to cancel the 5s and the bases and bring down the exponent. So 2 times negative 2b is a negative 4b. 4 times b is a positive 4b equals 4. Keep in mind, my goal is to find b, okay? Well, that cancels. So 0b equals 4. If I divide it by 0 on everything, b equals 4 over 0, which is actually undefined. And that is your answer, undefined. All right, let's go over number 16. So looking at the bases of 9, 1 over 23, and 1 over 3, what is going to be your common base? How about a common base of 3? If I have a common base of 3, I know I'm going to have 3 squared for 9, 3 to the negative third power for 1 over 27, and 3 to the negative 1 power. Now that I have a common base for all 3 of these, I can cancel it, but I bring the exponent down. So the first one is 3a. The second one is negative 3 times negative a, which is a positive 3a. And the third one is just equal to negative 1. Combine like terms. 6a equals negative 1, then divided by 6. What is a equal to? Negative 1 over 6. And that is your answer. Okay, so now that I worked on these ones, I want you guys to do the following and the rest of these. So make sure you guys are working on this. So pause the video and do that, please. All right, let's go on to this part here, which is on graphing exponentials. So once again, what I would like you guys to do is make sure you guys go to Desmos. If you're not sure how to graph this, even though we talked about it, graph it on Desmos and then go ahead and match them together. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Remember, y is equal to a to the x minus b plus c. Okay, this b here moves left or right. This c moves up or down, okay? This negative in front tells you that it's reflected over the y-axis, and this is going to be reflected over the x-axis. We talked about this on week 2 Thursday's lesson, so if you did not watch that video, you might want to go back to it and kind of do a little refresher for yourself. Or you can just go to Desmos, graph these, and then just match them to the letters. All right, you guys, as always, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.